Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now if you're new to my channel, my name is Ronnie. Thank you for stopping by. Now for my returning subscribers, you guys know how we do it, right? Thank you so much for coming back. Today is a very special day. Today is about my Sisterlocks. I am 2 years locked today, so it's the anniversary of my Sisterlocks. I am 2 years locked. Now if you're interested in Sisterlocks or you're interested in locks in general, I'll be answering some questions about my Sisterlocks and all the questions I've had people ask me in the past. I'm going to be answering them for you today while I celebrate my 2 years anniversary. Now if this is the kind of video you're interested in, you can just sit down. I'll get into it shortly. Now guys, like I said, it is 2 years, 2 solid years of me being locked. Now I had my locks on the 22nd of September 2018 and today is actually the 22nd of September 2020 and it's 2 solid years. 2 solid years of ups and downs. Yes, ups and downs, to be honest, because Sisterlocks is a whole lifestyle. It's a totally different lifestyle, and if it's something you're not used to, of course there will be challenges. There will be some days you will just hate your locks with a passion, and there will be some days you would fall in love with your locks as well. And I'll be answering some questions, like I said, questions that have been asked by my clients, by friends, or people that just stop me on the road or in the elevator to ask me about my hair. And I have a whole lot of questions, but I've broken them down into 15. In this video, if you feel you have any questions about Sisterlocks or about my Sisterlocks, you can ask me these questions down on the message box. I will try my best to answer it in another video. But for today, I've brought out 15 questions people have asked me. I'm going to answer. If anyone is interested, they can always come to this video and see it. I don't want this video to be extremely long. If it's getting too long, I'll do it in 2 sections. Otherwise, I'll try my best to answer these 15 questions I've jotted down as best as I can. Now the very first question is, why did you decide on Sisterlocks? Now guys, if I'm looking down, I'm just looking at my phone. It's right here in front of me, so I'm just reading the questions out from my phone. So the very first question, like I said, is why did you decide on Sisterlocks? Well, it wasn't like a decision per se. I've had locks in the past. I've had normal locks, normal size locks in the past, and these locks were twist, like palm rolled. And during that time, the person who used to do my hair back home in Nigeria used a whole lot of products which I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand it at all. I had the hair for almost 2 years as well, but at a point I couldn't stand that build up in my hair. It was actually getting on my nerve, and I told myself, I really like locks, but this is not what I want. So I took it down and I had my natural hair for another long period of time. Now when I moved to Canada, having my hair done, going back to school, going to work with children, things like that, it was getting a little bit difficult for me to maintain my hair. Not difficult for me to maintain, but difficult enough that it was taking a whole lot of time out of my day to do my hair. My wash routine then will last for like 3 hours because I have to detangle, I have to wash, I have to detangle, I have to moisturize, I have to do a whole lot of process to make sure my hair is in good form. Now at a point I really got exhausted, and I told a friend of mine that, look, I'm really thinking about getting back into locks, and she told me, have you heard of Sisterlocks? Then I had no clue what Sisterlocks was. Now keep this in mind, close to 10-15 years ago I had seen it somewhere and I was wondering, what is this? I went to someone's house and there was this lady who came to visit as well from the UK, but she just came to visit. She was there and she had this amazing looking hair that I couldn't just explain what it was. And of course I didn't know her, so I didn't go out of my way to ask her, what do you have on your head, what is it called, and things like that. So now back again to 2 years ago, I spoke with my friend and I told her, look, I'm really thinking of going back to having my hair locked. And she said, haven't you heard of Sisterlocks? I said, Sisterlocks? She said, go search it, go YouTube and do some research. And I fell in love, guys. I fell in love. At this time, my friend had already booked an appointment to meet with the consultant who, if at the end of the day, did my locks. That's a whole story for another day. So she told me about it and I called, and at that time, there were just 2 of them in Calgary who did Sisterlocks. And I couldn't get an appointment. Anyway, cut the long story short, that was what made me decide to do Sisterlocks. I'm rambling, guys. If you feel I'm rambling, just ignore me. I'm going to try as much as I can to rush through these questions, answer them as best as I can, and explain the ones I have to explain. So let's move into the next question. The second question is, how long have you had your Sisterlocks? Of course, 2 years. It's my anniversary, guys, so I've had my Sisterlocks for 2 years. The third question is, how long was the install? Now, my installation took almost 23 hours. There were 2 of them, the whole day. We sat the whole day, about 23, 21, 22, within 21 to 23 hours it took. And I didn't want to do it or break it down in 2 days. I wanted it a whole day straight, so I know I'm over and done with. And it worked out that way, and I'm happy and I'm glad, and I was happy with what I had. Now, the fourth question is, how much did it cost? Now, that's a very good question. Sisterlocks is a very expensive venture. A lot of people complain or even refrain from having Sisterlocks because of the price. Sisterlocks is very expensive. I actually paid 1,400 Canadian dollars to install my locks. 1,400 Canadian dollars, guys. It is expensive. I paid that much because there were 2 of them. It took a whole lot from me, but I had to do it. I had to invest in my hair, and I have never regretted paying that much for my hair. Now, the next question is, how many locks do you have? In the beginning, when I had my hair installed, I had 571 locks. But in the process of retightening and everything, I personally have combined a couple of locks. I can't remember how many I've combined now, but I want to believe my Sisterlocks is within the range of 560 something. Let me just leave it like that, 560 something, because I had 171 in the beginning, but I've combined some and not so much, just a couple. So it probably would sit around that 560 something locks. So how many inches of natural growth before your Sisterlocks install? I had to cut my hair because the lady who did my hair at that time said she was not going to do anything that was longer than 7 inches of hair growth. If I was interested in cutting my hair, she would do the install. Otherwise, she would not touch my hair. And of course, hair is something that would eventually grow. I said, no problem, I really needed it. So I had to cut, my hair was about 13 inches long at that time. I had to cut it down to 7 inches for her to get my hair installed. So I cut my hair down to 7 inches, started my Sisterlocks with 7 inches. This is where we're at now. Number 7 says, how long is your Sisterlocks? Currently, I can't really tell how long my Sisterlocks is. I haven't measured it. I haven't taken my time to measure it. My hair has different lengths all around. Some part of my hair grows really fast, and some part of my hair takes their time to grow. But I know the longest part of my hair is somewhere around here. This bunch right here is the longest part of my hair. You can really tell because each time I wear my hair down, it's longer than this side. So this part of my hair really grows longer than the rest of my hair. So I haven't really measured it. I'm not really interested in measuring it or knowing how long it is. I just want to visually see the length. So the next question is, how and where did I get trained? Oh yes, so I'm a Sisterlocks trainee. I got trained in 2018 as well. The story behind why I got trained was because of not having many people who does Sisterlocks in Canada or in Calgary where I stay. So I decided to get trained. I got trained in Virginia Beach. My sister stays in Virginia, and I purposefully chose Virginia Beach because I haven't seen her for some time. So going there was very easy. Where I got trained, it was a hotel conference hall they used. And it was just 5 minutes away from my sister's house. It worked out perfectly, even though I hardly saw her. I saw her very briefly, maybe at the time I get home. She gets home, she's a nurse, she works long hours. We had very few, but at least it was a special time to visit my sister and her kids. So I got trained in Virginia Beach. The next question is, how often do you wash your Sisterlocks? I wash my Sisterlocks based on how I feel, but I can't go more than 2 weeks without washing my Sisterlocks. Once it's more than 2 weeks, my hair screams high heavens to get washed. So most times it's between 8 to 12 days, but nothing more than 2 weeks to get my hair washed. Because I have a whole lot of dry scalp and flaky scalp. If I don't wash my hair, you can see the flakes on my hair. So I have to wash it regularly. Now, the 10th question is, how manageable is Sisterlocks in terms of styling and maintenance wise? Sisterlocks, to be honest with you, is the easiest easiest in this many years I've lived on earth, the easiest thing to manage. I absolutely do not do anything to my hair. I wake up in the morning, I take out my bonnets, my silk bonnets, and I run my hands through my hair, spritz my hair with my water or my rose and glycerine, and if it needs oiling, I would oil my hair, and that's it. There's no detangling. There's no, oh, what am I going to do to my hair today? Oh, how is my hair looking? I shake my hair and I'm out the door. I don't even bother styling it. Sometimes I just let it fall whichever like position it's going to be in, or I wore the bonnet in the night before. It is so easy to handle. Now when it comes to styling, it's a whole different thing. Sometimes I will style, like I would do some flip or pompadour, or I would do some 2-strand twists to the back or to the side so it falls this way. You can style your Sisterlocks whichever way you want. It's up to you. It's as easy because it's so tiny. You can style it whichever way you want. You can put it in cornrows. I remember when before this COVID came, my daughter used to swim. So each time she goes swimming, she doesn't carry her hair. She has Sisterlocks as well. She doesn't carry her hair down loose like this. I would just put it in cornrows, like 6-8 cornrows to the back, and it looked amazing. I'm going to insert a picture somewhere here for you to see how her hair looks each time she wants to go swimming, and she carries it for the rest of the week, or for like a week. Then she loosens it, washes it, then I put it on the cornrows again because she goes swimming every week at that time, so I always did that for her. But now she doesn't go swimming anymore, so she wears her hair down most of the time. But you can do whatever you want to do with your hair. You can even braid it. If you want jumbo twist, you can braid it. Just pick a couple of the locks, braid it with your attachment or your hair. Braid it. If it's twist, you twist it. You can do whatever you want to do with your hair. It is your hair, it is your choice. Sisterlocks is so formidable, it's so strong that it can withstand everything. I'm not saying you should go and manipulate your hair. Let your hair do what it has to do. Let your hair lock. It has to lock properly, otherwise you're going to delay the locking process. You're going to interrupt the locking process. But like I said, you can do anything to your hair. It is your hair, it is your choice. So guys, let's move on to the next question. So I think that was question 10. So question 11 says, can you coil or style your locks? Of course, like I told you, you can do whatever you want to do with your hair. I have actually put my hair in 2-strand twist, taking it down, and the coils were amazing. I have some coilers here, those pink silicone coilers I have used for my hair in the past, and it turned out beautiful. You can curl your hair, you can straighten your hair, you can blow dry your hair. Because the hair is in its natural state, shrinkage still happens. So if you want to stretch your hair out a bit, you can blow dry it. I don't advise you do that because, like I said, it's going to interrupt the locking process. But it is your hair, it is your choice. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So number 12 says, do you retighten yourself, and how long does it take you to retighten? Now, before COVID, to be honest with you, before COVID, I always used to go to the lady who installed my hair to have my hair retightened, because I felt, let me just pamper myself a bit. I can't be doing for other people and still do for myself. Why can't I just pamper myself, feel as if I'm going to the salon and have my hair retightened? But since COVID, which we started the lockdown, I think about 16th of March, thereabout. Since March, I have been retightening my hair myself. I have done it like 4 or 5 times now, and it has been working out perfectly well for me. Initially, I used to be slow. I used to take a couple of days to retighten it, but this last one I did was really fast. I started it after work on a Friday, and by 1 a.m. I had finished. I finished work at 4:30 in the evening. I started it at 4:30 in the evening, and by 1 a.m., 1:30 thereabouts in the morning of the next day, I had finished it. So it took me just a couple of hours to do it. Now, will I go back to having someone retightening my hair? Probably, if I feel up to it. But for now, I definitely will be retightening my hair myself. Now, the next question is, I think question 13. Did you color your Sisterlocks? No, I have never colored it. Maybe in the future, not near future, but in the future, I probably would. But for now, no. I never colored it. This is my natural hair color. That's how it is. Never touched it with color, never tried. So number 14 says, what issues do you have with your locks? The only issue I have with my locks is I have very dry scalp. I have very dry to the point of very scaly scalp. I camouflage it a lot because I always have to oil my hair. I always have to dust my hair out before I shoot any video or anything. My hair is very dry. That is what the problem is. Now, why I say it's an issue is because when it's scaly, it tends to hide in between the locks, and getting those scales out is so troublesome. I will have to use a tweezer to go into the hair to try as careful as I can to pull out any flake that is stuck in the hair. That's why I always try to wash my hair to avoid those scales. So number 15, which is the last question I'm going to be answering today, it says, have you ever gotten tired of your locks, and do you plan on taking it down? Now, these are two-part questions. The first question is if I've ever gotten tired of my locks. Absolutely not. I have never gotten tired of my locks. I have hated my locks, yes, but gotten tired? Absolutely not. I have never gotten tired of my locks. I look forward to my locks every day. I look forward to how it will be in 3 years' time, how long it will be, how the changes will look like. They are absolutely amazing. I'm very blessed. I have a full head of hair, and my locks are what is showing how beautiful my hair is. Now, the second part of the question says, do you plan on taking it down? Okay, let's imagine I want to take it down. I will take it down. There's no big deal. But I am not considering to take down my Sisterlocks. I want to grow my Sisterlocks to the point where I would say it's damn too long now. I need to cut it down a bit. I need to see my hair flourish. I need to see my hair grow. Sisterlocks helps your hair to flourish. It helps your hair to grow as long as you want it to grow. I'm not taking it down. Now, even if I imagine the fact that, oh, I am tired of this thing, I want to take it down, I would cut it. Let me give you an example of one of the questions I was asked just 2 days ago in the office. A colleague of mine came up to me and said, if I eventually install Sisterlocks and I want to take it down, can I loosen it? I picked out one strand of my hair and I showed it to her. I said, can you imagine loosening just this one strand? And she looked at me and laughed and said, it will be hard. I said, definitely, it's going to be hard. You can try if you want to, but why would you want to torture yourself when this is something that grows? If you're tired of your Sisterlocks, all you need to do is let the new roots grow out, let the new hair grow out, then cut off the locks and grow your natural hair. Why would you want to go through the painful process of taking it down? I remember when I had my natural, normal size locks, it took me a whole week of not going anywhere to take down my locks. Now imagine what this, you will get to a point where you'll be so frustrated, you will pull and tear your locks because you just want to get it off your head, right? So just grow your hair out, let the root grow, then cut the locks and grow your natural hair from scratch. There's no hard and fast rule to that. There's no need for you to go. Now, the thing with Sisterlocks is it's a commitment, it's a lifestyle change. If you're not patient, if you don't have that time to commit to Sisterlocks, then you have no business having Sisterlocks on your hair. Sisterlocks is not a 1 week thing. It's not a 1 month thing. It's not a 3 months thing, because at that stage, your hair has not even started doing what it's supposed to be doing. Your hair needs time to grow, to get into its natural form, for you to see the beauty of it. I've had my hair for 2 years and I'm just beginning to see how beautiful and amazing my hair is. You can imagine if I had that thought of, oh, I would only wear my Sisterlocks for 1 month. At 1 month, my hair was still looking like a wet chicken. It hadn't even started locking. So why would you want to wear such a beautiful, time-consuming, expensive venture for just 1 month and take it down? It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, guys, these are 15 questions I've tried my best to answer. If you feel you still have questions I haven't answered, just put them down on the box, in the message box. I would make another video explaining these questions I didn't answer and your questions you're asking now. Now, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me ramble about my hair. Thank you for listening to me answer all the questions I've been asked. Like I said, if you have other questions you need to ask, just leave them in the message box. I will do another video and answer your questions. Now, as always, do take care of yourself, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.